All right, guys, and we are live. All right, this is Ryan Johnson with MoneyBass.com. Appreciate you guys for tuning in again for another episode of the Money Bass Network. All right, guys, so we'll just kind of chit chat around in the comment section. So I see if you guys are already tuning in. As you come in, please take a minute to go down into the comment section. Just introduce yourselves. Just put your name in there. And if you have any questions or anything, just go ahead and start putting your questions in there. And of course, tonight, the topic will be going over the new release of the Mega Live TargetLock system. So just want to go over some information, basically get everybody's thoughts on it. Just go over the specs, different things like that. And I have some footage of me out on the water. Of course, I don't have the system yet. I believe they're taking orders now, but I do not have it on my boat yet. But what we are going to discuss are some different ways and pretty much just determine if it's something that you feel is something that can help you out there on the water. So, just go over some pros, cons, get everybody's thoughts on it. So let's see who we have checking in. We have Joshua B. Fishing. All right, good to see you. Good to see you. A longtime supporter of the channel. And we also have, let's see, who do we have? Okay, Joshua B. Fishing is in here. We have Deshaun Peck. Hey, guys, looking forward to the Mega Live TargetLock. Yeah, I mean, hey, it's always exciting to hear about something new coming out. Gives us something to look into, something to have a little bit more fun with out there on the water. All right, and let's see who else we have coming in tonight. We have John Davis. How about tournaments with no electronics after practice? Hey, that's always a thing, guys. I mean, we already have, what is that? Tournaments that are all electric as far as electric motors. I mean, there's even tournaments where people fish from the bank. So I'm pretty sure there's, it's open to whatever people are willing to participate in, and there's a market for it. It's always open to expand out and have some more things available for people. Uh-oh, guys. Let's see who we have here. All right, we have a special guest in the building. We have Mr. James Barnett. Striker is on deck. All right, if you guys don't know about Striker, he is somebody that's, kind of well known out there in the fishing world. He has some good sponsors, and maybe I will have him on the channel next week for a quick interview. I know he fishes a lot of BFL tournaments and seems like he's been doing pretty well. I've seen his name out there. I've seen him up there collecting a check or two. So I'm glad to have you in the live stream for tonight. All right, let's see who else we have coming in. We have Pat. Yo, Mask Off is in the building. All right, so we have Mr. Pat is in the building. So he is a member of the Rod Benders Bass Club. That is the bass club that I'm also in. So okay, so we have some guys still joining in. So like I said, guys, just want to everybody to hop in the chat and just kind of introduce yourselves. And if you have questions or anything like that, we can go ahead and start putting those in the comment section where you guys can kind of chat back and forth amongst each other. And then just maybe in just a few minutes, maybe 2 or 3 more minutes, we'll go ahead and get started. And what we're going to do tonight is pretty much just go over some of the specs of the target. Goodness, thing is new. The TargetLock system. Just go over some of the specs, and then just kind of talk about some of the ways that that I see that it can be very beneficial. And also, guys, if any of you are interested in coming up and just kind of offering your thoughts on it, then I will pull some of you guys up and we can kind of chit chat back and forth about about the topic for the night. And after that, after we've pretty much gone over everything and I've shown you the on the water footage that I have, then we'll kind of open it up. And if you guys want to talk about other topics as far as like what John Davis says, his question is, how about tournaments with no electronics after practice? Hey, topics like that, we can go ahead and just have a quick discussion about it, just kind of open it up and just have some fun, guys. Just share the love of fishing, just share some information. And like I said, just have a little bit of fun. All right, let's see who else we have coming in. All right, so James Barnett says he is ready. Striker is on deck and ready. And we have All right, so this is a new subscriber, I believe, to the channel. This is Angel Garcia. Let's see what he says. What's up, Ryan? I'm here. All right. All right. Best net man on the Kusa. All right. All right. And we have, let's see who else we have. Does your electronics work well in muddy water? So with mine, I haven't had any problems with mine working in clear or muddy water. Actually, in muddy water, to me, is where it shines, especially using the 360. Yeah, I mean, I love it because you can locate that structure and cover in that muddy water, and you know that fish will be relating more to that cover. So in situations like that, that 360 is definitely a good thing. And just recently I was at a tournament at I can't remember what what lake I was at, guys, but at that tournament the water was kind of muddy, but I do have the video of it on my YouTube channel. So just make sure you guys go to the channel. Just do a search for MoneyBass with no space in the YouTube search in the search line, and it'll pull up my channel. You can go ahead and click on that and just kind of scroll through that, and you'll see a lot of my tournament videos. I'm out there doing a lot of tutorials and things like that. So you guys will see that information also. All right, let's see who else we have. We have Michael checking in. Hi, guys. All right, Mark Scott, you are back. Glad to have you back in the chat. Hi, Ryan. Let me see. All right. All right. All right, guys. So it has been about 5 or 6 minutes. I have a few people in here, so maybe we can go ahead and get started. All right. Oh, let me go ahead and while we're waiting for that, just go ahead and pull this up. Been sending a few messages out to you guys, and some of you guys are replying back to me right now. So I will get back to that after the live stream, but just wanted to pull this up so I can take a look at this on the screen also before we get started. All right. Let's see. Let's see. All right, here we go. Oh, yes. And the other thing, the 1.170 update. We have Mr. Darren Pearson checking in. All right. Love the new update for the Mega Live. I will be doing that update this week, guys, and getting out on the water. So maybe the next live stream that we do, I'll probably do another one this week, maybe on Thursday, but I will send out a notification. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel and hit the bell. So that way it will send you a notification. I know some of you guys are subscribed, but have not hit the bell. So you may not receive those notifications. So I send out little video clips and things like that on Instagram and also on Facebook, just so you know, hopefully it'll get to you guys if you aren't receiving the notifications from Facebook. All right, one more second, guys. Let me get this set up and then we will go ahead and get started. Uh-oh, guys. Uh-oh, we have Angel Garcia. Hey, okay, guys. I have to hit a little bit of everything on this one. So Angel Garcia, this is my very first super chat. Very first super chat. And Angel Garcia, he just recently contacted me on my Instagram, and I believe he's going to be in the area sometime soon. So maybe we will actually get a chance to meet in person because he will be heading to Lake Lanier. And as you guys know, I am not far from Lake Lanier, and I have a lot of fun out on that lake. But Angel Garcia, I really, really appreciate it. I put in a lot of hard work, guys, out here on the water. And I mean, just seeing someone showing that appreciation, I just really, really appreciate it. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get started. First, let me just go ahead and bring up. And also, guys, this first thing that I'm going to take a look at is going to be the just the Humminbird website. So it's just going over the basic information. A lot of times guys are just relying on the videos and things like that. But what I will say is it is always a good thing to pull up the information on your own and do just a little bit of research. So what I'm going to do is kind of cut into that to save you guys a little bit of time, but I would say go ahead and definitely pull up that information yourself so that you can always have the information that you need. All right, so let me go ahead and pull up the website. And so all I've done, guys, is just went straight to the Humminbird website. And as soon as you go to the website, the first thing that will come up, obviously, is TargetLock. And I just hit this explore button. Let's see. Let me go ahead and bring this down real quick. Hold on 1 second, guys. All right. All right. So I just hit that explore button, and then it will take you to the page. There's some videos on here. Some pretty good information on there. So some nice videos. And this right here is pretty much what we are talking about. And it will show you what comes with the system, but let me just go ahead and get to that part. So we're just going to go to the shop now button on here, guys. And once we go to that, it will pull up the different options. So one of the things that a lot of guys have been sending me messages about and asking me is they're stating that that price is $29.99, basically $3,000 for the Mega Live TargetLock system. But that is not the case, guys. That $29.90, not basically $3,000 price point, that is if you are buying the TargetLock and you are also buying your Mega Live transducer. So most of us, I would say, already have our Mega Live. So all we're going to be looking at purchasing is going to be this right here, which is just the Mega Live TargetLock adapter kit for the 45-inch and 52-inch shaft on the Ultrex. So it's made specifically for the Ultrex, and that is what comes in at that $1499.99, basically $1,500 price point. All right. So the other thing to keep in mind is, as always, there's going to be some extra accessories and things like that that you will probably want to look into. One of those is going to be for the guys that are running their Mega 360 already. In order to add the additional pole for the TargetLock, you're going to need this bracket right here. So this other bracket that will allow you to connect both of those onto the system, that comes in at $199.99, basically $200. And then another optional item is the handheld remote. So of course you can put that on a lanyard and put that around your neck if that's something that will, you know, be more convenient for you. But I'm kind of thinking that whenever you're out there using that foot pedal, it will free up your hands so that you can keep fishing. But in some cases, maybe if you're spot locked onto a specific location, then it may be easier for you to just sit, you know, if you're sitting in your chair, to be able to use the TargetLock remote. All right, so now let's just go ahead and click on the Mega Live TargetLock adapter kit itself, and we'll take a look at that. All right, guys, there we go. So this right here has the area highlighted, and this is what you will be getting. Here's the Mega Live transducer right here. So if you look, that's kind of grayed out. So that's just telling you that that does not come with this kit. This is for if you already have that Mega Live transducer. But this right here is pretty much what you're going to get. And if we just come over here, it'll show a few different pictures of it. And if you guys have already watched the other video, some of this is going to be a repeat of that. But keep in mind, I do have some on the water footage that I will go through on that, and it will go over a few different lakes. So just make sure you stay tuned for that. So we're just trying to go over this pretty quick so that we can get into the meat of it, and then start pulling you guys up, and also staying over here in the comment section. And I will pull up some questions. If you guys have answers to any of the questions that you see in the comments, please, by all means, go ahead and hop in there and answer any questions that you see. All right. So like I was saying, this right here is something that I mentioned in the previous video whenever I was just going over some of the specifications on the specs on the TargetLock system. So this arrow right here, one of the main things for me is knowing the direction of where that beam is going to be facing. So on the Ultrex itself, the way that it is designed, you can, you know, it gives you an idea of the direction that it is pointing. But now with this additional arrow on here, and I'm guessing that that is going to be a lit arrow. So in the morning times, whenever you're first putting in the water, or if you fish at night, or anytime where there's low light conditions, you will be able to see which direction that Mega Live transducer is facing. So it's a small feature, but it's a big thing. It's something that will definitely make a difference whenever you're out there on the water, whenever you just need to make those quick changes and just get your system lined up. All right, so let me just zoom through here real quick. All right, so the other thing that I was mentioning, guys, I do have a video where I show how I connected and set up my my Mega Live system using 8-gauge wire. There's a fuse panel, and with that fuse panel, I think it has 8 open connections on it. And I pretty much ran that toward the front of the boat. So as far as the connections on here, if you look on here, as far as the power goes, you just have these 2 connections here. So if you have already followed the, you know, the other video and you've installed that fuse panel, just connecting those 2 things, whenever you have that wire going up to that area already, looks like it'll be pretty simple. Then you have your Ethernet connection. So this is going to run off of an Ethernet connection. So that 5-port hub, you may have to get an additional one. And I'm already past the point where I need an additional hub. So I've been kind of interchanging my Ethernet connection. So not all of my units may be connected at the same time, just depending on what I'm doing, whether I'm fishing a tournament or if I'm just going to be pre-fishing or something like that. And then this right here is going to be the foot pedal. So it has all of the different options as far as controlling that target lock system. And it's very similar in design to the foot switch that you use for the Talon. So I have one of those, but I actually never installed it on the boat. I just kind of move it around on the boat to wherever I need it. So you can just put down some of that double-sided Velcro tape or something. So that way it will allow you to, if you don't want to drill it into the boat, you can just kind of place it wherever you want and just kind of move it based on, you know, how you have everything set up on your boat. All right. And then as far as the other specs on here, 2 things that I was trying to find out, but I wasn't able to locate it. So maybe someone that is in the comment section may already know the answer to this question, but what is the weight of the target lock? Because that is something that I've been asked a few times as far as whenever you're pulling that up. And let me just pull up this other thing real quick, because this is what I wanted to show you. All right. So in this clip right here, you kind of see this has this setup. They have a 360. This is the Ultrex trolling motor shaft right here. And right on the other side, you see the target lock system. So now you have 3 posts going into the water. It kind of looks like a lot of things going on up there. And I did get a suggestion from one of the subscribers that why didn't they look into maybe making it to where the transducer, the Mega Live transducer, could be mounted on the Mega 360 shaft and still be able to rotate in some type of way. Let me move that back off of here. Okay, so yeah, so that was just a suggestion, because once you look at it, it does look like there's a lot of real estate, a lot of things taking place up there, and just wondering how heavy it is. The other thing that I wanted to find out, if anybody knows yet, but of course, as time goes on, we'll find out more and more things about it. So I will keep you guys updated as I get information myself. But let me see this right here. So as you're turning this, how fast are you able to pan left and right with the target lock system? That's just another thing that, you know, that I know can be a determining factor as far as whenever you're trying to locate those fish and stay on those fish. And then how slow can you move it as far as getting it fine-tuned? Because that beam, once you get pretty good with it, then you'll be able to stay in that area of the beam. But until then, you'll still kind of want to be able to move this transducer back and forth to be able to find your lure or your bait once you have casted it out, whether it's a crankbait, swim bait, shaky head jig, just whatever it is that you're using. All right, guys. So let's see. The other thing, so this is kind of important too, guys, because, you know, a lot of times, depending on what system you have, when something new comes out, one of the biggest fears is, man, I just got these 2 new units, these 2 12-inch screens, and it requires a new screen in order to use the new technology. But in this case, we are good, guys. So right here, let me just make sure I have that where you guys can see it. But right here, it says these are the compatible units, all Apex models, all Solix models, and Helix 8 through 12 G3N and Helix 7 through 15 G4N models, and must be a Mega side imaging or Mega down imaging model. All right, so I would say pretty much the people that are already running the Mega Live transducer, I would say you're okay, because you have to have one of these the G3N or the G4N, especially with the Helix systems, in order to already run that. All right, let me just take a look over here in the comment section just to make sure we're not getting too far behind. And I want to make sure I give another shout out for my very first super chat, Angel Garcia. I really, really appreciate that. All right, so let me see who else we have going on. Who else we have here? All right, so we have Mark E. Scott. I love the updates as well. All right, so yeah, I think Mark, you hit me up on Instagram the other day and said that you had completed yours. All right, and let's see, Joshua B. Fishing. I wasn't a big fan of the new update. I pretty much lost all lure tracking. That does not sound good at all. I pretty much lost all lure tracking. I spent quite a bit of time changing settings, but never got lure tracking back. Okay, so yeah, that is something that a lot of people will be worried about. I think Joshua had told me that he's running I believe it's a Helix 8, the 8-inch unit on his boat. So we don't know if that may have something to do with it or not. But and some of the other chats or videos and things like that, goodness, I keep forgetting the where people have been talking on Facebook. When people have been talking on Facebook, some people seem like they have had a few issues with it, but I haven't really heard the majority of comments that I'm seeing are that it's working out pretty good for them. So I don't know if it is something that may require some type of additional update or something like that. But initially, whenever I upgraded my system from 1.30 to 1.150, I did have some issues where I had to go back and change all of my settings. So once I reset the Mega Live transducer, that kind of cleared it out. And since then, my system has been working fine. So I didn't run into any additional issues with the losing any of my tracking or anything like that. All right, so we have Angel Garcia. All right, Angel Garcia, really, really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. All right, and let's see. Who else do we have? Mark Scott says, let's see, I have live scan with true scan on it. Okay, so that is what I was hoping for, guys, that we have some guys in here that can kind of compare, so we can kind of compare, different options that are out there with that are available. I have live scan with true scan on it. It's amazing. It mounts to my Ultrex as well with separate foot control, and he paid $1,400 for it. So the to me, the main difference that I would say from everything that, because I do not have the true scan, and obviously I do not have the TargetLock yet. So the main thing is that you can still use your Ultrex trolling motor pedal to move your the Mega Live TargetLock. You can move that. So let's just say you have both of the systems here. With that one, with your foot pedal on your Ultrex, when you turn it one way, it'll turn both of them. Both of them will turn back and forth. Now, the other thing that pretty much is what sets this apart to me, is that you can control both of those with that foot pedal. Now, let's say if you want to disengage the TargetLock system, you can disengage that system, and now you can run it separately using that foot pedal that I showed you, the separate foot pedal. So you can hit your spot lock on your Ultrex and now run that the TargetLock system using that foot pedal. So that to me is just a straight game changer. And I'll get to that in just a second once I pull up the on the water footage that I was talking to you about. But yeah, really appreciate that comment, Mark Scott. All right, and let's see. Mark also says, when TargetLock comes out, I will be the first in line to buy it. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, what is going on with that? Why are you I'm leaving the comments. I mean, let me know, why would you switch to the TargetLock? What features do you see with the TargetLock that you see the benefit of that? I mean, I already know, Ben, and like I said, we'll get to that in just a second. But if you want to put that down there, I'll pretty much bring that up in just a second. Uh-oh, guys. We have a problem. We have Chicken Hawk has stepped up, guys. Chicken Hawk is in the chat. What does Chicken Hawk have to say? Let's see. You don't have a friend that will sell you another hub. Ah, now see, he is wrong for that. He is wrong for that. So let me just tell you guys what he means by his question. You don't have a friend that will sell you another hub. So guys, check this out. Whenever I purchased the boat that I have now, that Nitro Z20, I had an extra hub. I mean, I just had obviously I had electronics, I had extra equipment and things on that boat. So once I got the new boat, I was like, man, I'm not gonna need anything else. So I pretty much started selling things that the prices were just low, pretty much giving things away. So I had sold Chicken Hawk a Kong mount for a unit, which made that thing is like $400 alone. And I sold him my 5-port hub. I sold him my 5-port hub, the Kong mount, and a few other things. And I can't remember, guys. It may have been like $200 that I sold the thing to him for. So now, step forward a few months later. Now, once the Mega Live comes out, now I need a hub. So and he doesn't have the stuff to where he needs this additional hub, guys. So I go back to my, my friendly pal Chicken Hawk, and I'm like, hey, buddy, how's about you sell me my hub back, and I will give you the price that I sold you everything for it. Chicken Hawk says, man. So hey. But you know what I'll do is I'll probably have to take it out on him on the water, get him out on the water and rough him up a little bit, show him what this Mega Live will do. And maybe we'll have a little side, little pot tournament or something like that. How about that, Chicken Hawk? What you think about that? All right, guys, let me see what else we have in here in the comment section. Is that 12 volts or 24 volts? I was curious because the models of Ultrex they require are 24 volt only, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't actually even looked into that. My guess would be that it's going to run on 12 volts. But again, that is just a guess, guys. And also, let me just pull this back up real quick while I'm talking about that. Because once you go in here and you go down to, let's see if it's under, right. So you can go down here under features. And there's a link to the manuals down here. Let me see. Let me move this out of the way for you guys. All right. So there's a link to the manuals down here. So you can click on those manuals and just download it. And it has some good information in there. I kind of zoomed through it real quick, but I would say just pull up that. And definitely, if you're going to be investing the time and the money into this equipment, definitely pull up these manuals and take a look at them to make sure you are getting everything that you need, because you want to, get the most out of them once you've invested that kind of money into it. All right, let me go ahead and see what else we have in here. Mark E. Scott says, my setup is Ultrex with 360 and live scanner mounted to the Ultrex. And yes, it's heavy to pull up. All right, so I wonder how much because you have the true scanner. So the weight of the true scanner versus the weight of the TargetLock. I mean, we're going to find that out, guys. And of course, stay tuned and stay in the comment section even after this live stream is done, because we will continually chat back and forth and just update information in the comments, because my subscribers, guys, look at my subscriber count and my subscriber base. I mean, we're always out there looking to help each other out, guys. And of course, I'll be putting out some additional videos and things like that that'll help you out. All right. So let's see. That was Mark E. Scott. Just trying to get caught up on these comments real quick, guys, before we move on to the next thing. All right. So Joshua B. Fishing says, does live scan lock onto a brush pile and auto face the live while the boat is turning? I think the TargetLock does that. Yes, the TargetLock does do that, and I don't think the true scan or any other attachment for the Mega Live or any live transducer can do that right now, because that requires it to interface with the actual unit itself. And so these units, with the target lock, remember, it is connected through an Ethernet. So once you put a waypoint, once you mark that waypoint of that brush pile, the rocks or whatever it is that you're fishing, that target lock will lock onto that based on where you place that waypoint. I don't think any of the other systems do that. If I'm wrong about that, please make sure somebody put it in the comment section, but I do not think that that will be the case. All right, so let's see what Mark Scott has to say about that. I definitely want target lock. TrueScan doesn't have that. All right, so there we go, TrueScan, but it does have sweep. Plus, I want the option to use one foot pedal to control everything. So that's what we're talking about, guys. So for me, and I'll just go ahead and talk about this real quick. Let me pull this up. All right, so this picture right here is just showing you pretty much what you're looking at. So you have your trolling motor right here. And of course, like we were talking about, there's not really an arrow on here. So there's your arrow that will now allow you to see what direction this is facing. So that in itself is a benefit. The other thing is now once these two are synced together, when you're turning that trolling motor pedal to move this trolling motor to the left or to the right, your Mega Live is going to follow that. That is a very big factor, guys, because the other units, they don't do that. All right. So the other thing is that now once you spot lock using your trolling motor, you can still control this separately because you can disengage the Mega Live, the target lock from the Ultrex, and now you can still pan left and right whenever you're locked on to spot lock. And you can pan this left and right once you find that cover or structure or fish that you're fishing with that target lock system. Now that is locked on, and now you're able to just pretty much spend your time fishing. So what this does for you guys is it really just makes things a little bit easier. It takes away some of the work. So once you have, if you're already really good with your trolling motor and that foot pedal and know how to fine tune it once you're fishing certain areas, then it's just a game changer, guys. In my opinion, that is what I think, but I'm looking to see what you guys think. Just from the information that you've read, if there are any pros or cons or anything like that you guys are thinking of. All right, let me just try to go through these comments. It's got 3 more real quick. So we have William Bixby. What's up, Ryan? Who won the tournament battle with Chicken Hawk? I need Chicken Hawk. Hold on just a second. Who won that? Who won that? Who won it, Chicken Hawk? I need Chicken Hawk to come up here so we can talk about that. But yeah, we'll get to that in just a second, William Bixby. But yeah, we'll get to that one. All right, so we have Chicken Hawk has come back up again. Make it light on yourself. Anywho, do you believe target lock is worth 700 plus more than other competitors? The true difference is locking and unlocking. Is that worth it? I mean, it depends. It to me, it all depends on the person. And so with any of this stuff, anytime you're asking, is it worth it? Some people's vice or their hobby or their thing that they're into that brings them happiness in life is fishing. Some people are bowling. Some people race cars. So there's always a give and take with anything. So the way that I look at it is pretty much once I get you out on the water, you're pretty much going to be financing my target lock with that pot that we're going to be putting up on the lake next time I get you out on the lake. How about that? So, I mean, this just something that people would have to gauge. So for me, I like the aspect of just being able to learn new things and learn different ways that we can use technology to accomplish things, especially with fishing. I mean, it's just kind of fun to me. So for me, I would say, yes, it is worth it. And I guess my situation is a little different because another reason why it's worth it for me is because I will be bringing that information back to my subscribers. But the features and the benefits that you get for it, I would say, yes, it is. And especially if you're at a tournament level, anything that you can do to catch that one extra fish that you catch may win you that $700 to finance or, recoup the funds that you have spent out on that unit. So for me, I would say the answer is yes. But you guys, I want to see what you guys think down in the comment section. All right. So we have Jay Striker. Let's see what Jay Striker has to say. Have fellas got to jump. Keep fishing. See you on the water. Got to get to school. All right. So Mr. J Striker is out, but I'm going to see if I can get him to come up on one of these live screens so we can do a quick interview and talk about BFLs and also talk about the benefits of bass clubs. He's also was a member of the Rob Bender's Bass Club back whenever I first started. So definitely like to get him on here and kind of chop it up a little bit and have some fun with that. All right, guys, let me see. So I've already shown you this. We've talked about the different things as far as you can lock these together. And as one is moving, both will move. They will both be controlled by that foot pedal. You can separate them so that when the trolling motor is spot locked and that is steady moving, the unit itself, the target lock, will lock onto that structure, cover, or fish based on the waypoint. So you can put your waypoint on there. And the other thing is that you can lock your spot lock and you can lock your target lock. So now all you have to do is fish, guys. Oh, can't forget about this. Check this out, guys. This is another thing that I thought about. Follow the contour with the Ultrex. So think about this. Follow the contour with the Ultrex. Another feature is the 120-degree sweep that you have on the target lock system. So now you can set your Ultrex up, and I do have a video on that shows where how to set that up to where you can have your Ultrex following the contour going along the bank in whatever depth of water that you have set that on. So let's say you're going down the bank fishing a crankbait. You have it following the contours of the of that shoreline. Now you can set the target lock system with the Mega Live transducer. That will be on its own without you doing anything, just steady panning on its own while you're fishing down the bank and while you have your Ultrex follow the contours going. So now you're not touching the trolling motor and you're not touching the foot pedal for the Mega Live or the target lock system. So it, like I said, it's a convenience thing, because obviously you can still do both. You could do that without the follow the contour and without the lock on there, but it just makes it a lot more difficult. But that is a key feature, guys. You can run follow the contour and you can lock, run the 120-degree sweep on the target lock system. All right, so now let's just go ahead and get into some of this on the water footage that I was telling you guys about. All right, hold on one second. Just go ahead and pull this up and let's just go ahead and take a look at it, guys. All right, this is all Mega Live. Mega Live. Mega Live. All right, and this right here.
All right, this is another spot bait fish.
It's spot lock. This is spot lock with the Ultrex. You see those waves, guys? So this is what I'm fishing in whenever I'm out there on the lake, guys. Boats coming in close, dealing with all these heavy waves. And that 52-inch shaft on my trolling motor really makes a difference. So I'm spot locked on. Well, right now I'm not spot locked. If you look, you see my foot was kind of moving across.
Here you go.
But the reason why I put that on there, guys, is just to show you guys, I fish in a lot of rough water. I mean, for me, I guess some people would consider that rough, but I just say it's kind of semi-rough. I've been in a lot worse than that, guys. But the thing is that spot lock is really a great feature that allows you to stay locked in on your cover or structure that you're fishing. And now just think once you add on the target lock system. But let's just go ahead and go through this video real quick, and this will answer some of the questions that some of my subscribers have been asking regarding the 360 and the Mega Live being able to work together. But let me go ahead and pull that up and we'll just walk through this, guys. All right, here we go. Here's the next clip.
Here you go. You can see the structure I'm fishing. That is what you're seeing on the 360. And up here, if I pan around on the Mega Live, you can kind of see that same structure. There you go. You can see the fish in there moving around.
All right, so the other thing to keep in mind on the next clips that you're going to see, they're not going to show this view of the Mega Live system, but just know that this is similar to what I am looking at on each one of these clips. And that is what I'm doing as far as panning left and right and trying to stay locked in using using the foot pedal myself to stay locked in on this. All right, let's go ahead and start it back up. Give me just a second, guys. All right, hold on 1 second. Let me get this. I just have to take the video down real quick. Struggle streaming. I mean, it happens. Technical difficulties. All right, so the screen that I'm trying to play the video clip from is just kind of locked up real quick, but just give me a second and I will be able to get this going again. Maybe something going on with the Ethernet connection here. All right, just bear with me, fellas. Hold on just a second. All right, will be right back, guys. Hold on just a second. All right, guys, I had to restart it and just hit down in the comments and just let me know. Can you hear me? Does it sound good? Everything look clear? And I will pull the clip back up real quick. Let's see. All right, guys, I'm just typing a quick message for you in the comment section just to see if you guys can still hear me. All right, let's see. All right, good. All right, we're back. All right, technical difficulties, guys, difficulties. All right, let me pull this back up, see if we can slide back to where we left off at.
Decent fish. Didn't get a chance to see it, but wish I had got that one to the boat.
All right, there
you go, guys. If any of you guys are interested in seeing what kind of cover and structure I look for when I'm out here, there you go on the 360 and the Mega Live.
All right, so the question that I was asked regarding the 360 and the Mega Live is pretty much with the Mega 360, how important is that? How much of a factor is it whenever you're out, whenever you're out fishing, especially now that you have Mega Live? I mean, it is definitely something that will still help. I mean, it really has its benefits having that 360. So obviously the combination of having both of those, depending on your budget, is the way that you want to go. So the 360 can definitely do some things that the Mega Live can't. And obviously the Mega Live can do some things that the 360 can't. And I did a video on that before also, as far as if I could only choose one, which one would that be? And the one that I would choose would be the Mega Live. So we did talk about that, and I put a video up on that. All right, let me see if I can get the this video playing again, guys. It looks like it is still kind of locked up on me. Hold on 1 second. So what I can do in the meantime until it comes back up is just pull up some of the chat on my phone, and then I will reset this again. All right, guys, just bear with me. Let me reset this. Okay, here we go. I think we're back now. All right, can you guys hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? See me okay? See if we can keep going. All right, there we go. All right, back in action. But yeah, so that was the answer to that question as far as the Mega 360 goes. All right, so have that back up. Let's go ahead and finish going through here. Oh, I see some comments coming through. All right, guys, just bear with me. The connection's kind of slow, but we'll get everything moving again. All right, so here we go. So that's finishing up that one. So now the next clip is just going to be me out on the water. And what I want you guys to pay attention to is just look at the trolling motor itself. So I'm barely moving this trolling motor. So this is what's happening without using the target lock system. So using the target lock system, I won't have to do these extra steps because let me just go ahead and let it keep playing. But the Ultrex will already be on target lock, and I would, in a situation like this, all I will be doing is just using the target lock system to just stay in place. So right now I may not have even hit my my spot lock. So I may actually be drifting because once I set the hook on that fish, you know, I kind of forgot about it. All right, so that was that first clip. So that's just another benefit to it. And the other thing is, guys, just look how calm the water is also. So these are showing some of the benefits of being in that calmer water. In this one, you can see how I just moved the trolling motor over to the right. I saw a fish over there tossed over to it, and I'm just kind of watching it, but I'm moving that trolling motor very slowly, trying to locate that fish again. But if I had the target lock system, I would be moving that and just leave the boat spot lock. So that is just another benefit that I can see with that spot lock. I mean, with the target lock system. All right, and I will just go through some of these comments again in just a few minutes, guys. All right, and so this next clip, let's just take a look at this one. That's just another situation where I'm trying to hone in and just dial in on the what I'm fishing. And you can see I just pitched out to it, and now I'm gonna go back onto the trolling motor and just kind of move around to try to see my lure so I can track it. And that is another key feature, guys, is just think about that. Once you have cast out a crankbait, swim bait, or anything like that, now you can stay lined up because you can lock in place with that target lock system. So that way you won't have to worry about trying to move your foot pedal left and right. So again, guys, this is just I would say a convenience factor. It's something that will help you, you know, just be more productive on the water. I mean, that's just bottom line of it, guys. So now I'm just tracking my bait back, and now I have it lined up again. So I finally got it back lined up. With the target lock, it would have already been lined up because it would have been locked onto that spot. And once I did, bam, went ahead and got it. So I mean, I see the benefits of it, guys. All right, I'm fishing this right here. Those are some fish suspended over this little hump. Some type of brush pile or something's down there right next to this. All right, so I think maybe pausing this may be what's causing it to lag a little bit. But what I wanted to show you guys is you saw that first I was showing you a little brush pile, and you can see those fish sitting right above the brush pile. But now I'm spot locked. So what's happening is the trolling motor is panning left and right. And I was trying to show you something on the screen that once the trolling motor moved, it moved the Mega Live off of it. So now it's no longer on the screen, but it will move back. So sometimes it's a matter of as that spot lock is the trolling motor is moving back and forth. Sometimes it'll stop and you'll see whatever it is that you're fishing, and that's when you make your cast. So you're kind of having to time it. The target lock will kind of eliminate that and make that a little bit faster for you to be able to get back on target and cast right out to your spot that you're trying to get to. All right, so let's go ahead and get back into this, but I'm just going to go ahead and let these play through, guys, because what's happening is it's kind of locking up whenever I'm hitting the pause button, and I think that's what's causing the issue on here. All right, here we go. Let me go ahead and play this. All right, guys, just bear with me. Bear with me. All right, and while we're waiting for this to pull back up and start back playing, go ahead and continue to put your questions or comments over in the comment section. And if anybody wants to see that, you know, that little meetup between Chicken Hawk and MoneyBass, let's see what you guys have to say about that, because I think Chicken Hawk is going to keep flying. I think he's going to keep flying away from that one. All right, hold on, guys. Just bear with me. I'm trying to get this video to start back playing again. And then once we finish this, if anybody wants to come up so we can just kind of talk, chat about this and just, you know, see what other people's opinions are, thoughts, and everything like that, then I'll pull a few of you guys up like we did last time and just continue to have a little fun with it, guys. All right, let me just reset this one more time, guys. And once I bring it back up, what I'll do is just go ahead and let the video continue playing, and I won't keep stopping it. Okay, I see some interesting comments going on over there in the comment section. This is this is gonna be good. All right, hold on one second, guys. Let me just read. Back up, hop back up here into the stream. All right, guys, can you hear and see me okay? Struggle streaming. All right, here we go. I think we're back. Are we back, guys? Just hit a 1 over in the comment section if you can hear me, if you can see me, and everything is looking good. Just give me a 1 over in the chat. I'm just trying to pull the file back up. And like I said, I'll just let it play all the way through. All right, let's go, guys. I'll just let this play all the way through and just kind of talk over it a little bit. But that's basically where I saw that fish. I kind of panned over to it and just tossed my bait over there, and the fish was already on it. All right. And while we're taking a look at that, I'll start pulling up some of these. Okay. Hey, guys. Okay, I just got to get through the video clip. I'll go ahead and let that play. But I see LJ, the Jedi, is in the chat. Appreciate you hopping in here. I mean, I would say that may be one of my mentors out here on the lake as far as the drop shot goes. All right, so that is that one clip. Now this is another one right here. And this one, let's see what I was doing. It's pretty much the same thing. So this one, I was able to get the Mega Live lined up where I needed it to go. The boat is actually kind of drifting a little bit, so I had to just take my time and just line the bait back up. So you see me kind of panning just a little bit left and right, trying to stay lined up on that bait. And pretty much the same thing, guys. Once I get it down there, now I'm able to take my foot off of the trolling motor, and then sometimes I will spot lock it again depending on how rough the water is. So that's all I'm doing right here. I'm just watching it, trying to locate my bait, and I can see by the trolling motor moving that I was way off of trying to find it, so I had to start turning it back. So I'm just trying to locate that bait and just see the reaction of the fish right now, and that's basically all I'm doing. The key with the target lock is basically it eliminates that step for you. It allows you to just focus in on that fish, and there we go. So got another one to the boat on that one. All right, I'm fishing this right here. Those are some fish suspended over this little hump. Some type of brush pile or something's down there right next to this ditch. So I would call that a high percentage area, guys. I saw the fish follow it down. Let's see if one of those fish will take it.
All right, just wanted to give you another quick look of another area. I just moved around just a little bit. By just panning left and right, I was able to find that right there. I'm just pitching right to the other side of it and dragging it through that brush pile. I just caught one off camera. I thought the camera was on, but it wasn't. But as you can see, I'm spot locked right now, so it just happens to be that the current and the wind is kind of keeping me lined up with it. Generally, I have to kind of pan back and forth, but as you can see, there's some fish swimming around right there. Pretty decent sized fish. You can kind of tell by the size of the grids, the way the grids are set up. But just wanted to give you guys another look at that Mega Live.
All right, and I think there may be one more short clip. All right, so I know this looks familiar to LJ right here. Out on Lake Lanier. So yeah, so that spot lock comes in real handy. And I think that target lock is something that would definitely be beneficial whenever you're fishing rough water. And I spend a lot of my time, the majority of my time, offshore. So that is the end of that clip, guys. All right, so there you have it. So those are my thoughts on the target lock system. What do you guys think? Let's talk about it down in the chat. If anybody wants to come up, actually, let me go ahead and I will put the link in the chat. And let's see if Chicken Hawk wants to come up here, or if whoever wants to come up here. Let's see, invite. All right, so I'm going to drop this link in the chat. If anybody wants to hop up, just go ahead and click on that link. It is now in the chat. And what I'm going to do is, let me just remove this. Just trying to clear some things out so that way the system will won't continue to kind of freeze up on me. All right, so the link is in the chat, guys. If anybody wants to click on that, then I can bring you up. And let's see, I'm still getting messages from guys in the on Instagram and things like that that are hopping in on the live stream. All right, so let's see. Let me just go back through some of these and find. Can you hear me? All right, hold on one second, guys. All I'm doing now is just going back and just want to get caught up on these the messages in the chat and make sure I don't leave anybody out. All right. So here we go, guys. Here we go. Who is this? All right, Chicken Hawk. He says, "Make it light on yourself." Anywho, do you believe target lock is worth it? Okay, so we already read that one. All right, and I read Jay Barnett. He was checking out. All right, let's see. All right, so here we go. Let's start off with Angel Garcia. And again, I just can't tell you how much I appreciate it. My very first super chat. I mean, it's something big, guys, because I mean, we're putting in a lot of work, time on the water, putting together all this information, and to just see somebody just show some appreciation. It feels good, guys. All right, so Angel Garcia says, "My friend just put together an amazing manual to try to simplify Mega Live and 360 setup and settings. He's gonna have to get familiar with this new technology and revise in the near future." Yep, there's always something new that is coming out, and I'm pretty much going to be doing the same thing, guys. So if anybody is interested in the Patreon, I will put a link. It will be pinned to the chat once this video is over. But make sure you take a look at the Patreon. I'm probably going to cut it to at maybe about 10 people. And then after that, I'm going to close the Patreon out and then reopen it at a higher price point, because I just want to get those initial guys in there that are wanting to get better on the water. And it'll probably be something like the Catch 5 series or something like that is what I'm going to call it, so that we can focus on anybody that is having any issues with being able to consistently catch fish and be consistent on the water. That is going to be the goal of that Patreon, to help you guys out. All right, so let's see what Mark Scott has to say. "I totally think it's worth it. As soon as I saw target lock, I fell in love with it. Can't wait to get my hands on it." So just think about that, guys. That is coming from someone that is familiar with TrueScan already. So they already have a system similar to this, but obviously it is not going to have the same compatibility with the existing Humminbird Mega Live and the Humminbird units to where they can sync together. All right, so Joshua B. Fishing says, "Sounds good." All right, and let me see. So we can hear you. All right, and we have another longtime supporter of the channel, Chauncey Davis. Good to have you in the chat and on the live stream. What's up, fam? On deck from Emory. Let me see. Got to do the do. I'm with you. All right. So he is checking in from work. All right. And what does LJ have to say? Let's see what LJ has to say. LJ here just tuned in to say, great job, Ryan. Glad you're running Humminbird. Hey, I've been running Humminbird for years. I remember, let me think. I remember when you weren't necessarily running Humminbird. I remember that. But yeah, definitely the man on Lake Lanier. I mean, this is one of the first people that I saw catching fish on a drop shot, and I thought that it was just so amazing. I mean, I was learning and figuring things out, but this guy right here, he is the Jedi. He is the number one king when it comes to the drop shot, guys. Make sure you check out his website also, Lanier Baits, lanierbaits.com. So obviously, if you fish Lanier, where would you buy your baits from? Lanier Baits. All right, guys. All right, so let's see who else we have in here. Al Smalls says, yes, sir. Darren Pearson. Yes, I hear you good. All right, let me get past those. We came back in. Uh-oh, we have a problem. How is this gonna happen? How can you do this to me? Joshua B. Fishing says his money is on Chicken Hawk. Well, I can tell you this, Joshua, you just lost some money because Chicken Hawk has only beat me once in about 15 years. So the chances of that happening is kind of slim. All right, so let's see. Who else do we have? Let me just drop this in here one more time. And it is about 9 o'clock. So we've been running for about an hour, guys. If nobody wants to come up, I'll just finish reading through these chats. And then we will call it a day on this one. And then don't forget, we will probably do another one of these and discuss the update. So I will get the update done on my Mega Live system. I have not done that yet, but I will do that and get some get some information to you guys. All right, hold on. Let me go ahead and put this in here. All right, let's see. Joshua, how can you do this? How can you team up with Chicken Hawk, man? All right, Joshua B. Fishing. I see you are financially astute, sir. Oh goodness. Okay. All right, Joshua. All right, Joshua. Oh, and just in case you guys do not know, this MoneyBass hat, this is attributed to Joshua B. Fishing. He is the one who created that for me. Thank you. I really appreciate that logo, man. And I mean, a lot of people like it. I definitely like it, and it looks good. But now I can't believe this. You have switched over to the Chicken Hawk. All right, let's see. All right, so we have LJ is back again. Let's see what he has to say. Yes, target lock is worth the extra money. You can target lock on something and it will stay locked in on it automatically. Others, like right height turret, does not keep it locked on automatically. That is the thing, guys. That is the thing. You want to be able to stay locked on to your waypoints and also be able to track it using that foot pedal, using the trolling motor foot pedal to be able to control both is just a great thing. That is actually one of the reasons why some guys actually did not get a separate mount to control their Mega Live system, because it's faster and more efficient depending on how you fish to be able to just move that Mega Live transducer back and forth very quickly using your trolling motor foot pedal. All right, so let's see what else we have. All right, the L words back in the day. Yeah, we'll keep that hush hush. All right, so Joshua B. Fishing. Okay, so yeah, it's very, very funny. All right, so let's see. Ryan, me and you versus Chicken Hawk and his partner, winners by lunch. Listen, LJ, Chicken Hawk is not gonna show he's not gonna show up. Especially he knows who you, so he's definitely not gonna show up once he sees this. He may leave the live stream. I think you may have scared him away. All right, let's just keep looking through these comments real quick. All right, Cowboy Jack says just updated units today. Run in Altera, so not target lock yet. Okay, yeah, so I don't really know too much about that, but I think it specifically says right now that it's set up for the Ultrex. So we'll just have to see, and as more information comes out or we get updates, of course we'll be back. I mean, I'll do more videos and another live stream, so as we get more information about guys that have different type of trolling motors, and maybe there's a way to adapt the setup for those. All right, so we have Mark Scott. Enjoyed this, Ryan. Thanks for all the help. Yeah, so Mark Scott, I mean, we were going back and forth on Instagram. And guys, if you contact me on Instagram, I try to reply to all of my YouTube messages and comments. And I try to do the same thing on Instagram, but I'm still kind of getting used to this kind of stuff, guys. I'm pretty much a fisherman first, and this technology stuff, as far as the computers, Facebook, YouTube, that was kind of secondary. I just started doing that as just, just something extra. So it's kind of gotten to be something bigger than that. So I'm just trying to keep up with it, guys, and be able to keep that information coming to you. All right, so Joshua B. Fishing says, got to keep things interesting. Yes, definitely got to keep things interesting. Maybe, I don't know what state Joshua's in, but maybe him and Chicken Hawk can team up. And then it'll be MoneyBass and LJ, the Jedi, against Chicken Hawk and Joshua B. Fishing. But I know that's not going to happen. I know it's not going to happen. All right, so who else do we have in here? Kyler Bowers. Hell, all right, good to have you in here, Kyler. For a Clearwater Lake fishing deep water, top 3 baits to use. A Clearwater Lake fishing deep water. For me, I like shaky head. I like some type of swim bait or spy bait. And depending on how high the cover is that you're fishing, throw something top water. Top water will get their attention, get them looking up. Follow that with that spy bait or swim bait. And sometimes you want to go in with that jig or that shaky head first, because once you start throwing those moving baits, it'll pull those fish off of that cover or structure that you're fishing. Sometimes you can see those fish go right back to it, but they may not bite anymore. So it'll be a one and done type situation in some of those, in some cases. But those are the top 3 for me. Hope that helps. All right, Joshua B. Fishing is in Texas. Oh, he's in the land of the big fish. I don't know if I want to mess with Joshua B. Fishing. Texas, that's where the big uns live over there. All right, so LJ says his top 3 are drop shot, spy, spy bait when it's warmer, drop shot spoon, and Demiki when it's colder. I know he's out there killing them on that Demiki rig. I haven't really been able to figure that one out too well yet, but I mean, I have some in my tackle box. I just don't really take them out too often. All right, so Kyler Bauer says, how big of a shaky head do you use? I throw a 1/4 ounce shaky head and just change the worm up depending on what you can get the fish to bite, whether it's a trick worm, magnum shaky head worm, speed worm, or just whatever your then robo worm makes some good worms. Lanier baits obviously makes good worms for Lake Lanier. I mean, that's a deep clear lake, so that product will, I'm pretty sure it will, it's universal to any deep clear lakes. And actually I do use it on other lakes also, other than Lake Lanier. All right, and we have, let's see, Wisco Walleye. I see multiple new updates dropped for the Helix and the Mega Live itself just a few days ago. Yes, sir. Let me see. Let me hit that one for you. Where is it at? There we go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Yeah. So so now they have the 1.170. That's a firmware update for the Mega Live, and we have the I'm not sure what version it is for the Helix units, because that's what I have is Helix units. And then, of course, the Apex and the Solus, they will have their own if you have to run an update in order to get the new update for the Mega Live system. Always go straight to humminbird.com and click on the support link and go to the update so that you will know for yourself what updates you need to do. And always follow the instructions, because you don't want to mess that up and have to send your units in. All right, so we have LJ saying, we ship all over the country and up north. Smallmouth love Lanier baits. Fruity worms, that's right. Those fruity colors, those fruity worms, those blues, pinks, yellows, all of those different type of worms. I mean, hey, it's surprising, but yeah, they like those fruity worms. All right, and let's see. LJ says that, okay, yes, that's it. So it upgraded to version 2.660. All right, guys, it looks like we are coming to a close. It is about 9:08. We've been running for about an hour. Hey, guys, I had fun. I had a great time tonight. I really appreciate you tuning in and checking out the channel. And Angel Garcia says, Angel Garcia is the sponsor of tonight's show. Ryan, will keep in touch. Really enjoyed the chat. Keep it up and hope to wet a line with you soon. All right. All right, guys. It has been great. Great time. Great time. All right. All right. So, all right, guys. And LJ says, be good, dude. Next time. All right. All right, guys. I really appreciate you supporting the channel. Make sure you put this information out there so guys will continue to support the channel. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out if you did not hit it on the way in. And I will see you guys on the next video.